I'm trying to get comfortable, which is difficult. I swear he's laying right on my pelvic bone. It feels like that. Like right on it. There's like pressure all down here. Whew. Okay, so it is, I guess I could call it day 2 of having COVID. But now that I'm actually like thinking about it, I believe I got COVID from work. Bear with me. Friday. I think I got COVID Friday at work. Because my patient's siblings, she had 3 siblings and they all went to public schools. And they left and they came back. And kids. So beautifully resilient. A child will run an entire 50-yard dash, climb to the very top of the McDonald's playhouse, and jump off. Kids will be freezing cold, but refuse to come in out of the cold because they don't want to leave the snow. Kids will be freezing cold, shivering and shaking, and refuse to get out of the pool. They're so resilient. So when a child finally collapses because they don't feel well, that's usually when you gotta take them to the ER or urgent care. That's usually when the fever is literally like at 103, 104. But as an adult, it takes nothing to take us out. Like if all the kids in the world, not you, we don't even need all the kids in the world. Let's say if 1,000 kids wanted to make 5 million of us adults disappear, they could do it with the common cold. Kids are just little hosts of illness. They'll be fine. Sometimes they're asymptomatic, but let them get you sick as an adult. You will feel like you're dying. You'll feel like you're dying. I envy kids with their resilience. It's almost not fair. So, I did test both of the boys last night with the home tests. They're negative. And the only place that I went last Friday was straight to work, came straight home at the end of my shift, and hadn't left the house since. So I knew immediately, I'm like, all right, somebody's kid gave this to me, whether it was mine or my patient or my patient's, siblings. Somebody's kid gave this to me. What I mean, I didn't go anywhere. I'm talking about I didn't even run any errands. I don't even go downstairs and get my mail because that's what the kids are for. I had 0 contact with another human being. So, I did call my boss and let her know. And honestly, I think because so many people have had all the side effects, the long-term side effects from COVID, when you tell somebody you've got COVID, they really feel like you have a death sentence. Just because so many people, young and old, their body has reacted so differently, but left lasting effects. So, everyone that I've told that have COVID, they're all like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, which is nice. But I also think all the stigma behind COVID and what it's done. People are like, yeah, like, you're probably dying. So I started having symptoms Saturday, and they progressed into Sunday, and then Monday they were absolutely like unbearable. I couldn't ignore them. But it started out with this body aches, and I really thought my body is just so achy because I was bending over, I was picking up my patient, I just assumed it was, work related. I'm also getting fatter, I'm getting more weight. It must be that. No, that's not what it was. Which is good to know. That the mornings are rough. I'll admit that the mornings are rough. I did spend a lot of time repositioning throughout the night over and over and over again. because I wanted like to drain my sinuses, and when I roll over it drains better. It's just shifting back and forth. I don't have a big huge appetite at all, but I am eating. I don't have nausea anymore. Jax is just productive and active as ever. The runny nose, the coughing, and the sneezing has developed in the last 24 hours. So I'm hoping that with all the tea that I'm drinking, it'll help. And I also have a tea that's like a stress reliever, because you strain and stress your body a lot when you're sick. 1, because you feel like shit. 2, you don't want to feel like shit. 3, you just feel like it's not fair to get sick. So I've been drinking that too all day. I made sure that I took a nice bath and stretched in the tub, because there's nothing worse than sitting in your filth and you also don't feel good. So I did change my sheets. I changed all my pillowcases, changed my fitted sheet, flat sheet, and comforter. Took a very nice, long, warm bubble bath. Still got to keep the water warm. I can't wait to get into the tub and have my water the temperature of hell and not have to worry about my water breaking or hurting the baby. It's amazing to me how yesterday I really did not have a lot going on other than feeling like complete total shit. And now I have the runny nose, the irritated throat, and the mucus. So annoying. So annoying. It hurts to be alive right now. But one day at a time. I have been pretty much quarantining. So when I leave my room, I put a mask on. When I come back to my room, I'm home free. Making sure that the boys stay away from me because they don't have COVID. And when I test myself again this weekend, I will test my kids too, just to make sure that they didn't have it and they're asymptomatic. The Braxton Hicks they returned to normal, but we'll say for the most part, because there are definitely ones that are contractions, and I know they're contractions because of the way that they feel, and the way the next one follows up after that, and the next, and the next, and the next. When I was in the hospital yesterday, it was crazy because there was a resident, and she's doing her assessment with me, and while she was doing the assessment, she's looking at the monitor, and she's just like, "Are you okay? Because I'm seeing crazy activity over here." And I was just like, "Oh yeah, no, totally not. I'm having a Braxton Hick." And she was like, "No, you're having contractions." I'm like, "Oh, oh. Well, what are we gonna do about that? You good? Because I'm good. I'm good. I'm used to this." That's how I can differentiate between the Braxton Hicks and the actual contractions. So hopefully this doesn't really have too much weight bearing on what to expect when I do deliver. Because I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. It wasn't until this morning when I was laying in bed and I was just like, it was an intrusive thought. And I'm like, did you really come to terms with the fact that you have to push a baby out of your body? Yeah, I've done it twice before, but Jax is he's so much bigger. I'm so much bigger than I was with both of those pregnancies, with Jaden and Joshua. And now I won't be surprised if they walk in and say, hey, we got to give you a C-section because he can't fit coming out. I wouldn't be surprised. I would hope that doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. So I know that they are definitely going to give me an episiotomy if we do move forward with just, traditional vaginal delivery, which is fine. They always give me episiotomies. And if you don't know, an episiotomy is when they cut you from the ending of your vagina to your anus. They just open the whole thing up. You'll be numb. You should be numb. And they give you stitches. It does make the trip to the bathroom every time you go to the bathroom a little bit more time consuming. But what are you gonna do? So I am congested. I'm gonna keep on repositioning throughout the night to help drain everything. My head's elevated enough also to help me drain. Drinking lots and lots of water, staying very hydrated, drinking lots and lots of tea. One day at a time. One day at a time. But that is all for the update on how I am today, having COVID as a pregnant woman in her 3rd trimester. I don't know where else to place this. I don't want to make a separate video because, why? But there is more to add to my Sleeping with the Devil series. There's more. And like I said, anything that is directly pertaining to Jackson, and we'll call him as short. I should have called him as in the series, but we'll call him as, because Asmodeus is difficult for people to pronounce for some reason. I mean, it's not a traditional name, so I get it. But I did say in the final, I believe it was the final video I put on this series, it was 106, that I would be continuing to add to the series if it pertains to Az and Jackson together or directly 100% to Az. So I do have some things to add, and that will go up tomorrow. But for now, enjoy your night. I'm gonna go blow my nose and probably steam my face to see if I can open up my nasal cavity a little bit more. But yeah, that's it. That is it.